Father Bimbanu was absolutely shocked when I went with that many children. He could not believe it. And school barely started. Now this is in the basement of the church. And he went out and he found this spot where everything is now. This was nothing but farmland and orchard and apple and pear orchards. It was absolutely gorgeous, and it was just waiting to be plucked. And he came and he bought all this land. And so the first kindergarten class became the first grade class in this building. And we had kindergarten here, and we had the first grade across the hall. And the other rooms, it went up to third grade for 1 or 2 years, and then and then it went up to the 5th grade, and after that another year was added until we reached the 8th grade level several years later. But this all happened in 1 year, in one fall. Like I say, there was this wonderful land, and there was the money, and there was everything. Well, then this building came up, and then the rectory, because Father was still living in the little, the rectory across the street from the little church, and he didn't even have a place to stay. But then the church was built. I think I figured it was everything was about 5 years apart. I think it was for the school first, and then the rectory, and then the church, and then after that, you can see what a complex it is. Yes, and then the sisters came. They came, and we had a lay teacher in 1st grade, and then Father, then the sister Annunciata taught 1st grade, and it was a little more than she wanted to do, and she was also the principal, and she was the oldest one, and she had this white hair under her caps, their habit, and after she became principal, she dyed her hair. It was pitch black. And like I say, everyone it just fell in love with them, and of course they went. Whoever it was bought all these groceries for them, and so the larder was full. And come to find out, they couldn't eat any of that stuff. They just wanted their potatoes. They had a very bland diet, you know. But no, then we went out and did some grocery shopping. Well, the architect, I said, I know that all of the sisters will appreciate a little basin and a little fountain in their classrooms. And they have to have space for all of their books and for any equipment. And that's why they have the long counters there with the spaces for the books. And I had this big closet here, and they didn't have anywhere to put any of their things because that wasn't in the design. But the size of the room it was great. They wanted the big classrooms with the counters and the places for the books, and I wanted a separate entrance. What I have, and the bathrooms at the back. So we were self-contained here. We had our own entrance going in and out. So, yeah, it was great.